Okay, to prove question 9, we're actually writing a proof of the external angles. The alternate exterior angles theorem. So we can't use alternate exterior angles postulate or theorem to actually be a reason. If we could, it would be a one-step proof. So what we have to do is we have to use our other special angle pairs. All the other ones are okay to use now. It is important that we are given that line L is parallel to line M. Now that we know all of those special angle pairs are either going to be congruent or supplementary depending on which angle pairs we're talking about. So as I look at this diagram, I see, okay, 1 and 2. Again, I can't use alternate exterior angle theorem, but what I could use corresponding angles. Now, this is an important skill or technique, is when just because the angle number is not there doesn't mean you can't number it. So when I look at this and I say, okay, well, the lines are parallel, so that means corresponding angles are congruent. Corresponding angle to 1 would be 3. So I can put a 3 in there, and as long as I put it in my diagram, I can use it in the proof. So I'm going to say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 by the corresponding angles postulate. Now again, congruent to means the measures are equal. You can either put the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, or angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And I'm just using congruent because what we're trying to prove down here is using congruent. But you can go either way there, and you can change the bottom one if you want without using the definition of congruency. So now that we know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, and you might be wondering, how do you know to use 1? Well, again, our technique is to look at what we're trying to prove and try to get these pieces into the proof. So we got angle 1 in using angle 3. Are angle 2 and angle 3 related? Hopefully you say yes, and hopefully you say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 because they are vertical angles. If you want to put definition of vertical angles, you can. Just vertical angles will be sufficient. So now we have 1 in the proof, we have 2 in the proof. Can we connect them from the 2 steps we have? And we can, using the bridge of angle 3. So if you look here in this statement, we'll leave angle 1 in the same place, but instead of angle 3, we're going to take out angle 3 and substitute in its place angle 2. And the reason we can do that is because we have listed and stated that they were congruent because they're vertical angles. So by simple substitution, we have proved that the angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, given only that those two lines were parallel.